Love has always been one of the most complex and mysterious emotions in human psychology. When a woman falls in love deeply, it doesn't just show through words. It reveals itself in subtle actions, deep emotions, and instinctive behaviors that she can't help but express. Unlike superficial affection or temporary infatuation, true love ignites something primal and enduring within a woman, a level of emotional vulnerability, dedication, and connection that goes far beyond the physical. A woman in love operates on a different emotional wavelength. She starts doing things that even she may not fully understand, but feels compelled to do. These aren't grand, flashy gestures designed to win attention. Rather, they are quiet, personal, and deeply meaningful. They're not things she would do for just anyone. These are things she does only for the man. She genuinely loves the man she sees not only as a partner, but as an emotional home. One of the first psychological signs that a woman truly loves a man is the emotional investment she makes in his well-being. This isn't just about being kind or supportive. It's about emotionally synchronizing with his feelings, celebrating his joys as if they were her own, and internalizing his pain to the point that she feels a visceral need to soothe it. Psychologically, this is tied to a phenomenon called emotional mirroring, where people deeply connected to each other begin to reflect each other's emotional states. A woman in love will anticipate his needs without being asked. She'll pick up on subtle cues, his silence, his body language, his energy, and she'll respond to those unspoken signals with care, patience, and deep understanding. She doesn't do this for attention or approval. It's a psychological compulsion born out of love. Her emotional radar becomes finely tuned to him, and she begins to prioritize his happiness alongside her own. If he's having a rough day, she'll feel it. If he's excited about something, she'll celebrate with more passion than he might expect. This depth of emotional attunement is not something she extends to every man she dates. It is reserved only for the one she truly, deeply loves. Another powerful thing a woman does only for the man she truly loves is vulnerability. In today's world, where everyone is trying to look strong, independent, and emotionally unshakable, vulnerability is often seen as weakness. But in reality, it is one of the most courageous acts of love. When a woman is truly in love, she allows herself to be seen fully and honestly. She drops the mask. She opens up about her past, her fears, her insecurities, her dreams. Not because she wants sympathy, but because she trusts this man with her truth. Psychologically, this act of vulnerability is a sign of deep emotional bonding. It's the mind's way of saying, you are safe. And it's not easy to reach that point. Most women have emotional defenses built from past experiences, disappointments, and societal pressures. But when real love enters the picture, those walls begin to crumble. She starts to share things she's never told anyone else. She might cry in front of him without shame, admit doubts without fear of judgment, or express hopes she once thought were too fragile to speak aloud. This emotional nakedness is not casual, it's sacred. It's a form of love that says, I trust you with the parts of me that the world doesn't see. And only a man she truly loves will be allowed into that space. One of the most subtle but powerful things a woman does for the man she loves is the way she makes him feel seen. In psychology, one of the most fundamental human needs is the need to feel understood. A woman in love doesn't just listen, she hears. She pays attention to the little things. She remembers the stories he told months ago. She notices the way his eyes light up when he talks about something he's passionate about. She brings up things he thought she forgot because to her they matter. She validates his emotions, not by agreeing with everything he says, but by acknowledging his experience. This kind of deep recognition is rare and incredibly meaningful. It's what separates real emotional intimacy from surface-level connection. A woman in love wants to understand the man she loves on a soul-deep level. She wants to know what drives him, what scares him, what gives him peace. And she shows that interest not just in words, but in the way she interacts with him every day. When a woman takes the time to truly understand a man, to connect with him beyond the surface, it's a clear sign that her feelings run deep. This is not something she does for everyone. It's reserved for someone who has touched her heart in a profound way. A fourth powerful act is the way she incorporates him into her future. When a woman sees a man as just a temporary presence in her life, she keeps the boundaries clear. But when she loves him truly, those boundaries begin to blur, and he becomes a part of her long-term vision. She begins to talk about we instead of me. She makes plans that include him, whether it's something as small as a weekend getaway or as big as life decisions involving family, career, or home. This psychological shift from individual identity to shared identity is a hallmark of deep love. It's not just about romance, it's about partnership. She no longer sees him as someone passing through her life. She sees him as part of her journey, and this manifests in many small ways. She asks for his opinion on important matters. She wants to know his dreams and goals, not just to support him, but to align her path with his. She begins to imagine a life where their futures are intertwined. That kind of integration doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent emotional investment, trust, and the quiet realization that she can't imagine her future without him. When a woman includes a man in her long-term vision, it's one of the clearest signs that her love is real, deep, and enduring. Perhaps one of the most overlooked yet deeply significant things a woman does when she truly loves. A man is offering unwavering loyalty during hard times. It's easy to be affectionate and supportive when everything is going well, when love is fresh, and life is smooth. But true love reveals itself when things get difficult. A woman in love doesn't walk away when he's at his lowest. She doesn't retreat when he's confused, stressed, or struggling. Instead, she steps in. She becomes his anchor, his confidant, his quiet strength. Psychologically, this kind of loyalty is rooted in a concept called secure attachment. It means her emotional bond is not based on external circumstances, but internal commitment. She sees his flaws and still chooses him. She sees his mistakes and still believes in his potential. Her love becomes a safe space, a sanctuary from the world. And what's important is that she does this without expecting applause. Her loyalty isn't performative. It's instinctive. When a woman stands by a man not just in his triumphs, but also in his trials, she's revealing the deepest kind of emotional bond. This kind of loyalty is not given lightly. It's reserved for the man she loves with her whole heart, the one she sees not just as a lover, but as a life partner.